Hello dear students, this video is my 10th video for the subject Business Law. In my previous video, I have clearly explained the legal rules relating to an offer. For a better understanding of the contents of this video, kindly watch my previous video for which I'll give you the link in the description. In this video, I am going to tell you regarding acceptance. So let us see what is acceptance first. As you all know very well, a contract comes into existence when an offer is accepted. So you have to know what is exactly acceptance. Acceptance is the act of assenting by the offeree to an offer. The meaning of acceptance I have given you here. Acceptance is the act of assenting by the offeree to an offer. What do you mean by assenting? Assenting is nothing but giving the consent. Okay? So acceptance is the act of giving consent by the offeree to an offer. When an offer is made by the offerer and when the offeree is giving his consent to it, then it means that there is acceptance. Okay? Now let us see what is the definition for the term acceptance. It is section 2 subsection B of the Indian Contract Act 1872 which defines acceptance. As you all know, when you give a definition, the definition has to come as it is. We can't make any change in the sentence or any change in the words. Okay, so what is mentioned as per law only we have to write. So you have to by heart memorize the definition, you have to write it. So let me just read what is given here. Section 2 subsection B defines acceptance. It is stated, when the person to whom a proposal is made signifies his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be accepted. A proposal, when accepted, becomes a promise. So this is what is the definition we have. When the person to whom a proposal is made, who is the person to whom the proposal is made? How will we call him? Is the offeree. So when the offeree signifies his assent. So what do you mean by signifies his assent? Signifies his consent. So assent means consent, or you can say that it is approval. Approval. So when the person to whom a proposal is made is giving his acceptance or consent or approval, then you say that the proposal is accepted. And when the proposal is accepted, it becomes a promise. Okay. Now let us see who are the parties involved here. The person making the proposal is called as the promiser or offerer. So who is the promiser or offerer? The promiser or offerer is the person who is making the proposal, and the person accepting the proposal is called the promisee or acceptor. So who is the person who will be called as the acceptor? The acceptor is the one who is accepting the proposal. In other words, the acceptor is the promisee. Okay. So this is what is the meaning and definition for the word acceptance. Right. Now let us proceed with the mode of acceptance. How can an offer be accepted? What is the mode in which an offer can be accepted? So it is stated that acceptance can either be expressed or implied. So let us see what is meant by express acceptance. When acceptance is expressed by words. Okay. When acceptance is expressed by words, such words may either be spoken or written. So when acceptance is given by words, which may be either spoken or written, then the acceptance is said to be express acceptance. For example, when Mr. A is offering to sell his car to Mr. B. If Mr. A is asking Mr. B, will you buy my car? And B says, yes, I will. Then it means that there is express acceptance. Okay. Now let us see what is meant by implied acceptance. When acceptance is inferred from the conduct of the parties or from the circumstances of the case. When the acceptance is inferred from the conduct of the parties or from the circumstances of the case, then it is stated that it is implied acceptance. So when acceptance is inferred from the conduct of the parties or from the circumstances of the case, then it is said to be implied acceptance. Let me give you a very simple example to make you understand this. Let us imagine that there is an auction sale, and in the auction sale, Mr. X is the highest bidder. Okay? An auction sale is being conducted, and in the auction sale, Mr. X is the highest bidder. Let us imagine that the auctioneer is striking the hammer on the table and he is accepting the bid. So this is implied acceptance. So why do you say that it is implied acceptance? By striking the hammer on the table, impliedly the auctioneer says that he is accepting. Okay, this is what is an example for implied acceptance. You know about an auction sale, isn't it? The goods and commodities, when they are sold by way of an auction sale, those who are interested, they will be quoting their prices. Okay, they'll be mentioning their bids actually, which we call as bids, and the sale will be made to the person whoever is giving the highest bid. So in that case, by fall of the hammer, by striking the hammer on the table, the auctioneer will be accepting, right? So this is an example for implied acceptance. We have a very famous case law here, V.Rao versus A.Rao. So whenever you write about this implied acceptance, you are expected to make a mention about this case, V.Rao versus A.Rao. So let me tell you what happened in this particular case. In this case, there was a woman who lost her husband and who didn't have anybody to support her, and she promised to settle some immovable property on her niece if her niece stayed with her in her residence. Okay, this was a promise made by the woman who lost her husband and who didn't have anybody to support her. And it is stated that the niece stayed with her in her residence till her death. So by staying with her in her residence till her death, the niece has impliedly accepted the offer made by that lady. So this is an implied acceptance. So it was held that the niece is entitled to get the immovable property. So this is what is the case law we have, which is V.Rao versus A.Rao. Okay. So when you talk about the mode of acceptance, acceptance may either be express or implied. When the acceptance is given by words spoken or written, it is express acceptance. When the acceptance is inferred, when it is inferred from the behavior and conduct of the parties or from the circumstances of the case, then you say that the acceptance is implied acceptance. Okay, so this is regarding implied acceptance and express acceptance. Now let us see who can accept an offer. Who can accept an offer? The answer to this question, who can accept an offer, depends upon what kind of offer is made. Whether the offer is a specific offer, or whether the offer is a general offer. So the answer to the question, who can accept an offer, depends upon what is the type of offer, whether the offer is a specific offer or whether it is a general offer. I have already done one video relating to types of offer. I'll be giving you the link for that video also in the description. You can just have a look at that video later. Now, when you take this specific offer is something which is made to one specific person. When an offer is made to a particular person, a specific person, then the offer is said to be a specific offer. When a specific offer is made, acceptance can be given by that specific person only. For example, if A offers to sell his house to Mr. B and B alone, he doesn't want anybody else to buy the house. Okay? He offers to sell the house only to Mr. B. See, if this is the case, it is a specific offer. So here who can give the acceptance? Mr. B and B alone can give the acceptance. Acceptance cannot be given by anybody else. So if the offer is specifics, acceptance will also be specific. That specific person only can give the acceptance. On the other hand, when you take a general offer, it is an offer made to the general public, to the world at large. So anybody who is interested to accept the offer can give his or her acceptance. One popular case I can make a mention here is Carlyle versus Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. So regarding this case, I have clearly explained in one of my previous videos. Okay. So to just give you a gist about this particular case, Carlyle versus Carbolic Smoke Ball Company, a newspaper advertisement was made by the Carbolic Smoke Ball Company, which advertised that anybody who is using the smoke balls of the company as per the printed directions and instructions, and after using it, if they get influenza, which is a kind of fever, they are entitled to claim a reward from the Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. It was a newspaper advertisement, an offer made through the newspaper. So it was a general offer which was accepted by Mrs. Carlyle. Okay, she made use of the smoke balls of the company as per the printed directions, and in spite of that she got influenza and she claimed for the reward. So in this particular case, Mrs. Carlyle, by making use of the smoke balls of the company, has accepted the offer because it is a general offer. Okay, so who can accept an offer? If you take this question, the answer for this question depends upon whether the offer is a specific offer or whether it is a general offer. If the offer is a specific offer, only that particular person can accept it, and if the offer is a general offer, anybody who is interested and willing to accept can accept it. Okay, I hope you are clear with what I have told you now. So in this particular video, I have clearly told you about the meaning of acceptance, definition of acceptance. We have seen about the mode of acceptance, which can otherwise be called as types of acceptance, which can either be expressed or implied. And I have also told you regarding who can accept an offer. I hope you are clear with what all I have told you today. In my next video, I will be explaining about the legal rules relating to acceptance. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and pass it on to your friends also. As I used to tell you always, please don't forget to give your comments. Only then I'll be able to post videos according to your expectations and requirements. Thank you dear students for watching this video.